Guys, so this is part 2 of the previous owner's quarter panel fuck up. We've done and got all the overlap off and cleaned it up just about as good as we're going to get it. There's a few little areas in here that I will have to pound in and flatten out, and tell you what, this old hammerhead here is coming handy for getting into different angles and getting that. Just basically using a regular hammer right now because I don't have a regular hammer and dolly, but that's no big deal. I've gotten a lot of it straightened out. I've already gone ahead and tacked this corner area up in here to keep the panel in place. I'm going to show you what else we're working with here. Got part of this cut and bent down. Looks like that's all going to match up with the original panel like it should up in here. There's a little bit more of a gap, and part of the reason for that was the way this thing was overlapped. There wasn't quite as much overlap right here, but it had a weird tweak in the panel due to the overlap. And now a few of you guys asked about the overlap, the fact that there was no flange. No, there was no flange. They didn't flange the panel or the replacement panel before they put the skin on here. They just took the quarter and put it over the existing pieces of the quarter panel. So anyway, now it is ready to start getting tacked up along here. It actually turned out a hell of a lot better than I thought it was going to as far as matching up and gap. And you can kind of see up in here that it looks like it's going to go back together just right. Now when I get done welding this, it's probably never going to look like there was another panel there. More than likely I will fiberglass over the top of the welds once I get them all ground down, because I'm going to have to go pretty smooth to avoid using as much filler as they did on this. So I'll start getting all this tacked up. The back part's going to be the biggest issue because it's pretty rough and it's not where it needs to be. This needs to come up a little more back here and get flattened out a little bit in a few areas. But for the most part, it's going to go back together the way it needs to, and you know, it saves me having to buy a whole brand new quarter panel to replace this. So I lucked out on that one, guys. So if you ever wind up being in the same situation, my suggestion is try this prior to buying a new quarter if you can. It saved me having to refit the whole panel and everything. So I'm going to start tacking on this and get it all put back together. I'm getting real close to having this part of the quarter panel all tack welded up. I've got a few little areas here and there. It's a slow process, as most of you guys know, especially if you're welders or if you do body panel replacement or have ever had to do it. Little tacks here and there, filling them all in, tying them all in together, going from here to there, all over the place, mostly to disperse the heat and avoid warpage in the panel. I don't have too much left to go as far as doing any tack welding on this part of the panel. Get this finished up and get this all welded in, and then I got to start on this. And like I talked about a little bit earlier, I'm going to have to beat this out and flatten it and then go on down the line. So it's coming along pretty good. Alright guys, got a good majority of quarter panel all tacked up. It's officially one piece again, and it is solid as hell. I haven't done this back corner yet. There's a few things I gotta kind of address with it before I actually go ahead and tack it all up. This is tacked up all the way up here and pretty much all the way to the end. There's a few little areas that have some holes that I'm going to have to fill in prior. But, man, it's almost 2:30 in the morning. I am tired and hungry. Haven't really ate yet, so I'm going to call it a night. And tomorrow I'll get back out here and grind down these welds and address anything else that needs to be addressed as far as welding. Get this corner taken care of, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and start on that quarter patch panel. So, like I said, guys, things are coming along just faster than I expected that they would. I've been out here just about every day working on this car. If I spent the day doing something, I'd come out here in the middle of the night and work to 2, 3 in the morning. So, very determined to get this car back together. It sat long enough. So, hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Appreciate you guys for watching, following along. Your input, your comments, whatever. If you're new, first time you're watching one of my videos, man, like, comment, subscribe, send me a message, whatever. If you got a project you're working on yourself, don't be afraid to hit me up, and I'll help you the best I can if possible. But anyway, guys, as always, stay frosty, ride or die. Reaper out.